There was a man who had everything: a job, money, respect. But one day, he lost it all. And in that loss, he found something he never knew was missing. This is not a story about success. It's a story about what happens when everything falls apart and you're finally forced to look at who you really are. His name was Arjun, 28 years old, software engineer, good salary, nice apartment. Everyone thought he had it figured out. But Arjun, he felt nothing. Every morning, same routine. Wake up, coffee, work, scroll, sleep. He wasn't happy. He wasn't sad either. He was empty. He bought things he didn't need, went to parties he didn't enjoy, talked to people who didn't really know him. He was successful on the outside, but inside, he was a stranger to himself. Then one day, everything changed. The company shut down. He lost his job. His girlfriend left. She said he was emotionally unavailable. His savings ran out in 3 months. He had to leave his apartment. Everything he built, gone. Arjun moved into a small rented room. 1 bed, 1 table, 1 window. No fancy lights, no expensive furniture, just silence. At first, he panicked. He applied to hundreds of jobs, got rejected every time. He checked his phone constantly, no messages, no calls. He felt worthless. One night, he sat on the floor staring at the empty walls, and for the first time in years, he cried. Not because he lost his job, not because he lost his money. He cried because he realized something terrifying. He didn't know who he was without all of it. The job wasn't him. The money wasn't him. The status wasn't him. So who was he? Days passed. Weeks passed. No interviews, no opportunities, no hope. But something strange started happening. In that small room, with nothing to distract him, he started to hear his own thoughts. Real thoughts. Not the noise, not the fear. Just truth. One morning, Arjun went for a walk. He had no purpose, no plan, just needed to move. He passed a small park, saw an old man sitting on a bench. The man was feeding birds, smiling, calm. Arjun sat next to him. The old man looked at him and said, "You look lost." Arjun laughed bitterly. "I am. I lost everything." The old man nodded. "Good." Arjun frowned. "Good? How is that good?" The old man pointed at the birds. "See them? They don't carry anything. No bags, no plans, no identity. They just exist, and they're free." He turned to Arjun. "You didn't lose everything. You lost the things you were hiding behind. Now, for the first time, you can see yourself clearly." Arjun felt something crack inside him. The old man stood up to leave. Before he walked away, he said one last thing. "When you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. That's when you become dangerous. That's when you become real." That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what the old man said. He realized he had been afraid his whole life, afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of being less than. So he built walls, success, money, status. But those walls didn't protect him. They trapped him. He wasn't living his life. He was performing it. For the first time, he asked himself a real question. What do I actually want? He picked up a notebook, started writing. Not goals, not plans, just thoughts. Feelings he'd buried years ago. He wrote about the things that made him feel alive. He realized he had spent years chasing success, but never chasing meaning. The next morning, he woke up different. Not hopeful, not confident, just clear. He started small, took a part-time job at a bookstore, barely any money, but he didn't care. He started writing again, something he loved but had abandoned. He started talking to people, real conversations, not networking, just connecting. For the first time in years, he felt something. He felt alive. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. We spend our lives collecting things: jobs, money, followers, status, validation. We think these things define us, but they don't. Losing everything is not the end. It's the beginning. Arjun didn't find success again overnight, but he found something more valuable. He found himself. And once you find that, no one can take it away from you.